Hey, it's Michael from KORONA POS. As we've talked a whole lot about, inventory management is the backbone of retail store operations. Poor inventory planning can have severe repercussions for business operations, such as delays in order shipment, product stockouts, dead stock, and even shutting down the business. That's why most retailers use a variety of inventory planning strategies, some of which include open to buy. Also known as OTB, open to buy is a formula that allows you to determine the amount of money you need to purchase your inventory to meet your sales budget for a certain period. Open to buy is calculated at cost and allocated to different product categories, following each category's contribution to total sales. This video will cover the open to buy formula, how to create an open to buy plan for your retail business, and how to implement it into your budget planning. So first, why is OTB so important? Open to buy is essential for retailers because inventory accounts for the most significant expense in retail. As a result, the investment in inventory must be productive, accurate, and timely. Not offering a product when your customers want it leads to lost sales and unsatisfied customers. At the same time, having so much inventory that you can't sell it fast enough results in markdowns that erode margins. Open to buy inventory planning will allow you to estimate the amount of stock you need to keep your business operations stable. But is open to buy inventory management the right fit for everyone? While open to buy planning is a replenishment tool used by many types of businesses, it's not suitable for all commodity categories. The industries that will benefit most from OTB are those where product specifications change regularly, but the classifications and subclassifications of those products remain the same. This strategy is also beneficial for retailers who deal with many SKUs, such as apparel brands. It's also helpful for highly seasonal businesses where retailers need to buy the right amount of inventory early and gradually decrease the supply by a predefined endpoint. Finally, open to buy planning is not designed for everyday items. Your most popular items, such as soft drinks or small accessories, are better suited to run on an automatic replenishment schedule. This is especially true for items that sell consistently throughout the year with no real peaks and dips in sales figures. And of course, since OTB planning is based on historical product sales data, it's only a feasible strategy if the business is using an appropriate POS system. More on that in a minute. Now let's talk about how to calculate OTB. Like any effective budgeting tool, the open to buy formula allows companies to calculate a reasonable forecast using their historical sales data while considering circumstances that may change those estimates. However, it should be noted that open to buy values are projections, which means they may not be perfectly accurate. Hence, it's wise to check if your actual month-end inventory is within 5% of your forecast. You can calculate OTB by adding your planned sales, planned markdowns, and planned end-of-month inventory, and then subtracting your beginning-of-month inventory. Planned sales include the dollar amount of expected retail sales over a given period. Planned markdowns include the total number of discounts planned during the sales period, and planned end-of-month inventory is the forecast of the inventory balance and total dollar amount at the end of the same sales period. Meanwhile, your beginning-of-month inventory is the inventory total in dollar amount available for sale at the beginning of the sales period. Once the cycle is complete, a business also has planned OTB purchases, which includes the dollar amount of planned purchases that a store makes at the end of the sales period to replenish its inventory. For example, a retailer has an inventory level of $100,000 on July 1st and a projected month-end inventory of $110,000 on July 31st. The expected sales for this store are $20,000 with $750 in expected markdowns. As a result, the retailer has $30,750 in retail OTB. You can then multiply this number by the initial markup to get the OTB at cost. In this scenario, if the markup is 30%, then multiplying the total OTB by 0.30 gives us our OTB at cost of $9,225. So now that you understand what open to buy is, who it works best for, and how to calculate it, let's look at how stores can implement the system into their operations. The success of OTB planning depends on the accuracy of projections for each aspect of the formula. Realistic forecasts are essential to achieving actionable results and getting the most out of the OTB concept. First, develop a sales plan. It's advisable for small retailers to create monthly sales plans rather than weekly ones. However, highly seasonable businesses can benefit from weekly sales plans. Next, set up an inventory plan. Ask yourself how much inventory you need to have to support your projected sales and maintain adequate stock to handle peak sales. Third, once you've established the sales and inventory plans, you can create planned markdowns and inventory adjustments. And finally, create an inventory receipt plan. For any given period, you can insert the remaining numbers into the open to buy formula to determine how much inventory you need. Obviously, you should also take the time to compare your projected numbers for a period with your actual numbers. If it's not accurate, it's certainly not worth your efforts to use this inventory management strategy. Finally, you'll need to use it in conjunction with your retail software. Inventory management is a remarkably complicated endeavor, and you may run into problems if you don't have the whole picture. Some metrics are missing from the open to buy formula, such as order cycle time, inventory carrying costs, and inventory shrinkage. That's why it's best to opt for automated inventory management software. The software saves you from manual calculations, which can be subject to errors, or from using spreadsheets, and gives you more accurate estimates of your inventory. KORONA POS inventory management software provides users with automated reordering, stock transfers, store order cycles, and even notifications if you're running out of some products. Click on the link in the description to learn more about OTB planning and how KORONA POS can help better manage your products. Thanks for watching today, and hopefully this helps your understanding of such an important part of running a retail business.